Through a good book, one will live 1,000 lives, meet countless people, weave dreams, pick up character traits, embrace new cultures, and travel to places near, far, and wide. The mind being a person's greatest asset, whatever a person reads will leave a permanent mark, and as such, books have the power to shape a person's entire existence and destiny. Literary experts argue that the measure for the progress and civilization of any nation is in the quality, the number of books, and the number of persons familiarized with reading them. Dr. Aaron Mashenjesi is an associate professor in Makerere University School of Languages, Literature and Communication.
Our horizon of understanding, it also makes us more informed, because we get information about things that we didn't know.
For me, a book is like a journey, You take a journey. For every journey, that's my perspective. I think every journey you take has an impact on you, isn't it?
True.
Yeah? So a book is a journey, a book is life, a book is an experience. And so for me, it's that significant.
They raise concerns about Uganda's reading culture, which according to them has been neglected and leaves a lot to be desired.
We do not make effort to read. Yeah? We do not, it's not part of our habit, it's not part of our daily things that we think about.
Hilda Tuanjerwe is the Executive Director, Uganda Women Writers Association, FEMRIGHT, who says the reading habit can be formed and learned, but it's something that should be taught right from childhood, especially by parents.
We have children. What are we buying for them? What is reading part of what we talk about when these children are growing up? So I think we do not grow up in a book reading culture or a book culture. So instead of buying a book for a present, for example, you buy a cake.
This raises concern about the relevance of the books availed on Uganda's syllabi, right from the lowest levels of learning to tertiary institutions. There are not enough Ugandan books on the syllabi, in spite of Uganda having countless accomplished authors.
Include more local content. That is the way to go. And I'm not just talking about books that are taught in schools or literature syllabi, or English comprehensive books, and what kind of stories do you put in there? Are they stories about snow and the Arctic Circle? Are they stories about our society? More local content is what we need. By this I mean that we need more books written about our environment, our setting.
Nobody else. You see, if nobody is going to teach Ugandan literature, it won't be taught in Tanzania, it won't be taught in Kenya, it won't be taught in London, in the UK. And so we are not teaching our literature, but we are busy teaching other people's literatures.
We also spoke to some literature students.
Most of them have ideas that cut across, that involve the Europeans and then even us, the Africans.
Some of these books don't appeal in setting because this is an unfamiliar setting. When they talk of the Wuthering Heights or Whale, we could imagine farms and all that, but it's not so familiar. Yet with the Ugandan books, the setting is so familiar.
They are relevant because they appeal to our emotions. Generally, literature, I've come to realize it's all about things that, they talk about concepts that appeal to our emotions.
Several parts of Uganda's heritage, culture and tourism go unnoticed, and students study and graduate ignorant of their own environment and history because most of what they read has happened in different times and settings. According to Hilda Tuanjerwe, this ought to change, and while foreign written books are relevant, priority should be given to local authors.
How do we balance the menu that we offer our young people in the school system? How do we balance the foreign and the local texts produced by our own people, by our own writers. And my view is that we should skew it more towards our own writers, more than feeding them on just foreign literature.
We should have a section of Ugandan literature. We have those other literatures because they are good, they are important, but we should have a section of Ugandan literature taught to our children. Then they will move from, if you're thinking about Dickens's book, then you have where to compare from. You have a home book, yeah? So that you're able to say, Dickens does it this way. How does Professor Timothy Wangusa do it?
Sometimes, reading brings out a revolutionary change in the outlook of a person. The habit of reading is the best pastime. It can keep a person busy when he has nothing else to do. People who are in the habit of reading not only make the best use of their spare time, but they will keep their minds away from the worries that might chase them if they sit brooding, doing nothing. With every new book you read, you're living a new life, experiencing so many things, so you live over 1,000 lives every day, and with each of those lives, you live so much, you experience fear, doubt, and love and everything. You live to learn so many lessons, and with each of those lessons learned, there is so much value you add to your life, and it will determine whoever you become, what you choose, whatever choices you make in life because of those experiences. That is the power of reading. Anita Mwanguzi, WBS News in Kampala.